Okay, so I pulled out an extra card for you mainly because I was trying to figure out what this strength card here refers to, if it's health or if it's like another person. So let me talk here first of all. I feel like I feel like saying what you mean and meaning what you say and not having to, backtrack and reassess and kind of like doubt yourself whether or not you made the right choice, whether or not you did the best to your capabilities. That is really important, okay? So it's almost like approaching life with a lot more purpose, with the intention that we do the best to our capabilities and don't question it, and especially don't bring our actions up for doubt and reexamination. So, be very deliberate as you go through relationship challenges for this month. So the first thing that I'm feeling here, let's talk about the past. We have here the Queen of Wands and the Ten of Wands. This is a fire sign, Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo, that you were heavily involved with. And this can be male or female. This is a person that is very, generally, they are very, very generous. They're very loving, very caring, very nurturing. And in some way, they can be a little bit like the relationship can feel a little bit claustrophobic. It's almost like they're so, I feel like they love so much that they can be a little bit stifling, they can be a little bit controlling, and they can even, it just feels a little bit claustrophobic to me if you guys are dealing with this type of energy. It's a loving person, it's a great person, big heart, you understand that. But the relationship feels as if it's a little bit stifling for many of you. I also feel as if you were involved with this person in the past, they felt like they did a lot to maintain the relationship. They felt like with the Ten of Wands, they felt like the relationship was a little bit burdensome. There was so much effort and so much work put in from their end, and they felt like they might have gotten the short end of the stick. For others of you, this is a family type of situation. You might have shared children with another person. The relationship became too stifling, too difficult. And so you're picking up the pieces of your life and you have moved past this person. They are now in your past. Bringing us to the present situation, we have here the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords this is like a kind of like stoppage in communication. Having a lot of love. She's holding her heart out in her hands. Having a lot of love, waiting for the right person, hoping, praying that the situation would get better for you. I feel like many of you have been single for a little bit of time. You are still trying to manifest the right relationship partner. You're still trying to manifest that perfect person. But with the Nine of Swords in the reverse, it's like the opposite of wish fulfillment. It's like having a lot of options, but none of them are really panning out the way that you'd hope. And I also feel for many of you who might have had children, who have children, or might have dealt with somebody who had children, I feel like the burdens of parenting really interfere and got in the way of the relationship. So it could be like co-parenting, trying to be a new parent to a child that belongs to your lover, trying to play the maternal or the paternal role, and trying to discipline the child when you feel like it's not really my responsibility, or the other partner feels like it's not really my place. So I feel like parenting issues really got in the way of fostering and having a stable relationship, possibly with a fire sign here in the past. Crowning this reading is something that you are thinking about. We have another air sign. So this is an Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra. And we have the Hermit, which is a Virgo. Both of these things indicates to me that you're thinking about problematic communication, possibly coming in with this Hermit card, the Virgo card, problematic communication, news that you didn't really expect, or even delays when it comes to communication. You might be like this, where you are blocking their messages, you are ghosting them, or you're not wanting to communicate with them. You don't want everything to be a big discussion. And then for others of you, you're dealing here with an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. And I feel like this is a person that is very intelligent, male or female. They're very intelligent, very inquisitive, quite, quite curious. And so they might be digging, they might be looking at, might be stalking, they might be using knowledge in a way to like, to kind of like show how much they already know about you. So I feel this situation playing out here in your romantic life where you have somebody, either a Virgo or an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra, that you are heavily thinking about, that you are really interested in, and you're trying to figure out more, or you're trying to um, have some major breakthrough when it comes to communication. The foundation of this reading is Five of Cups in the reverse, which is overcoming sadness and sorrow, moving away from past relationships where there were a lot of burdens imposed upon you. We have the Strength card, and the Strength is basically finding attraction, finding chemistry, feeling that attraction and that chemistry with another person. And it's linked up here with the Knight of Coins, which is an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, sun, moon, or rising. And so I feel like many of you left a fire sign behind, or left somebody that you have children with. And then we're moving into a state where you have a lot of options coming to the table, onto the table for you, but you're very particular, and you might not have, that exact person that you want. And we have you thinking about an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra, or an earth sign even, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And there's newfound attraction here with an earth sign, which brings us into the future position. This is the Ten of Swords in the reverse. The Ten of Swords in the reverse is basically a situation that we thought was over, done with, we can never fix. It's making a comeback. Usually I think of it as like exes or situations that we feel like, that didn't really go well. Well, I feel like you have a second chance here. This is a do-over. This is a kind of like that reset button. Try again, reset. So, and Three of Coins, which is building a foundation for a relationship with another person. Cooperation, communication, going really well, flowing really well between two people. Plans for the future, coming together to build something of value is what I usually see this card. And as a relationship card, it is very, very good. I feel like for some of you, you might have wanted, you might have wanted like an open relationship, like let's see each other, but also see other people. And then your partner might also be wanting either you or your partner wanting an open relationship. And the other party is like, no, absolutely not. I'm more monogamous. And I feel like because of it, there's some type of agreement here. There's some type of consensus. And there's just, you both are kind of like on the same page. So there is going to be some communication breakthrough that will allow you to get back on track on the same page with each other, okay? For singles people, I feel like a lot of singles are going back to exes, trying to make amends with exes. If the ex is a fire sign, I feel like it can work. Fire sign, Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo, I feel that it can work because this shows me a person that is very loving. If an ex is another sign, like an earth sign, I feel like there's a lot of chemistry, but lack of stability in the relationship. So just, keep that in mind. Be careful, okay?